In this video, I'm showing you how to get 1,000 followers on LinkedIn in 1 month. Here's some brief background. I gained 1,000 followers on LinkedIn in about 2 months of posting. The thing is, I made a huge mistake, and that mistake made it take longer to gain 1,000 followers than it would have if I didn't make that mistake. So if I could start again, these are the 6 steps that I'd follow to get 1,000 followers on LinkedIn in 1 month. And make sure you follow step 4 instead of making the same mistake that I did. Now let's get into the steps. First of all, here you can see I've got 1,500 followers. The first step you need to take is creating a good offer. You need to give people a good reason to follow you and work with you. This offer needs to be in your banner, your headline, and your about section. As soon as someone gets to your profile, they should understand why they should follow you and what you do. This is an easy formula to use to create your offer. Outcome, the outcome that you provide, plus the method that you use, plus the audience that you serve. So for example, I help founders, that's the audience, attract clients, that's the outcome, by writing engaging content for LinkedIn and YouTube. That's the method. So again, outcome is attract clients. The method that I help them get the outcome is by writing engaging content for LinkedIn and YouTube. And my audience is founders. Now, audience is optional, but generally, if you can niche down, it's going to be better for you to niche down. Sometimes it's worth leaving your audience broad so you can work with more people. For example, I work with SEO founders. That's who I really want to work with. That's my perfect client. Founders of SEO or marketing agencies, because they understand marketing, they understand why it's important, and the content that they need to make is about SEO and marketing, two things that I know a lot about. I've spent a lot of time learning about SEO, applying SEO. I've spent a lot of time learning about marketing and applying marketing. So it's easy for me to then write for these people and create content strategies for these people. But on my profile, I don't limit my content or my profile to just SEO founders. If I did do that, I could probably see a higher conversion rate when I add SEO founders as connections or where they see my content. So keep that in mind. If you don't specify your audience, you do open yourself up to working with more people. But if you do specify your audience, you'll have a higher conversion rate with those people that you specified. So that's how you create a good offer. Make sure that it's very clear what you do. Don't try and be clever. Don't use fancy words. Just make it very, very straightforward. As you can see, my headline says, I help you write content that attracts clients on YouTube and LinkedIn. Very straightforward. So anyone who comes to my profile, if they want to learn how to write content that attracts clients on YouTube and LinkedIn, then they will follow me. If they don't want to learn how to do that, they'll leave my profile. The second step is optimizing your profile. See, as I said, as soon as someone hits your profile, they need to know what you offer and why they should follow you within 5 seconds. As you can see, as soon as you hit my profile, you see write content that attracts your dream clients. That's what you get if you follow me. You're going to be able to write content that attracts your dream clients. I've got a whole playlist on how to optimize your profile, so I'm not going to get into every step on how to do that right now. But some things that you should consider is optimizing your profile for search and then making it clear why people should follow you, and making it clear what step a viewer should take next. For example, we've got our offer in our banner and our headline and our about section. That's making it clear why people should follow us. Then making it clear what step I want people to take next is here. We've got a call to action, free download, 74 LinkedIn post ideas and hooks. This is what I want people to do when they hit my profile. I want them to download my 74 post ideas and hooks. So here we've got our 74 post ideas and hooks. We've got a link here, we got a call to action in the banner, and we've also got a big featured link as well. This gets people on my email list, it gives them a quick win, and it shows them that I know what I'm talking about. Optimizing your profile for search, there's so many different steps that go into that, so go and watch my playlist on how to optimize your LinkedIn profile. Number 3, create an engagement list. This helps you build a like-minded community of people in your industry or people related to your industry. The fact is, the more you engage with others, the more they'll engage with you. That's just how it works on LinkedIn and pretty much how it works in life and on social media. So this is what you need to do. Create a Google Sheet, list 10 accounts in your industry with over 20,000 followers. These are the large accounts. List 10 medium-sized accounts in your industry with 10 to 20,000 followers. Then list 10 accounts around your size in your industry. And since you haven't got 1,000 followers yet, that's under 10K. And you should also be on the lookout of potential clients or potential leads that you'd like to connect with, and list those people in your engagement list as well, and consistently engage with them. After you made this list, you need to turn on notifications for all these accounts, and I'll explain why in a minute. Stay tuned. If you want to turn views into followers and followers into clients, you can do that by optimizing your LinkedIn profile to attract clients by using my free LinkedIn profile optimization checklist. Scan the QR code on the screen now, or click on the link in the description to grab that right now. You've got nothing to lose except for the opportunity to download this checklist, because it won't be free and available forever. So go and download it right now. Step 4 is to add 15 connections daily, because more connections equals more followers, which equals more reach. LinkedIn shows your posts to people who you're connected with first and people who follow you. But if you don't have connections and you don't have followers, you're not going to be able to get a lot of reach. And when people accept your connections, they automatically turn into followers. So if you add 15 connections daily and they all accept, you'll have 15 followers daily. Here's my advice on adding connections. Use LinkedIn search. I use some Boolean parameters, which I'll make a whole video on that. So here's an example of a search that I'll make: SEO plus agency plus founder. This search will search for people with SEO agency and founder in their profile. So either in their profile description or their profile headline. And this way I can find SEO agency founders, which is my target audience, the people who I want to work with. So it makes it very easy for me to come to search and then hit people, and then I can find a bunch of SEO agency founders. So I'll go through this list when I remember and add a bunch of connections. You should be doing it 15 daily, but generally I'll just find a day and I'll add a bunch of connections until it says you're hitting your weekly limit. But if you do it on a consistent basis, you're less likely to forget to do it. So use LinkedIn search like this. This is very, very useful. I will make a complete video on how to use LinkedIn search, so keep an eye out for that. And then connect with potential leads, so potential clients, people who you want to work with, as well as connect with other people in your industry. So for example, my potential leads would be SEO agency founders, and then people in my industry would be anyone in marketing and copywriters. So content creation and marketing, those are people in my industry, and designers as well, because we all come together to make great content. And the content that I'm creating is useful to people in my industry, anyone who wants to create content, anyone who's a writer, anyone who wants to attract clients on LinkedIn. Those people will get a lot from my content, so connecting with them is useful for both them as they get access to my content, and me, because they'll react to my content and comment on my content and get in touch with me, hopefully. And another way to find people to connect with is to search through the reactions on posts from your engagement list and your own posts. So when people like your posts and you're not connected with them, or they comment on your posts and you're not connected with them, that is a potential person you can then connect with. And then when you're on your engagement list, go through the likes on people's posts, go through the comments on people's posts, see if there's anyone that you'd like to connect with, and send them a connection request. I personally do not add notes with my connection request because that just seems spammy to me. To be honest, anytime anyone sends me a note with their connection request, they generally start pitching me immediately, and it's always a bad idea. So I suggest not sending notes unless you're going to personalize every connection request. And then even then, sometimes when you personalize it, it just feels a bit weird because some of the personalization is still following templates and it still feels a bit, you know, AI, a bit spammy, a bit like you're not really doing a personal thing. So for example, here is someone's post. If we go to the people who liked it, we can then go through a bunch of people who are interested in the type of content that this person is making. And if this is someone who's in the same industry as you, someone who makes similar content, then it makes sense to go through the people who are engaging with this content and connect with them. So I suggest not sending notes with your connection requests, but do whatever works best for you. It gets me pretty good results because I've optimized my profile. If you don't optimize your profile, you're going to get less people accepting your connection request. If you don't have good content on your profile, you're going to get less people accepting your connection request. Step number 5, leave 30 comments daily. The reason you want to do this is leaving comments allows you to steal traffic. Because when you leave a comment, especially when you leave a comment on an account that's quite big and gets a lot of engagement, you'll get more views on your comment than when you post on your own account, because your comment is then shown to everyone who's looking at that post that's getting loads of engagement. So let's say your posts on average get 100 impressions. If you post a comment on a post that's getting 100,000 impressions, you're going to get more impressions from that comment than you would from your own posts. You're probably not going to get 100,000 impressions, but you get a percentage of that. So maybe you get 1,000 impressions, maybe you get 2,000 impressions. Commenting is an essential part of your growth strategy. The more you comment, the more you're going to get seen in the LinkedIn ecosystem. The more people are going to start recognizing your profile picture and your comments, and the more people you'll draw to your profile. Here's what you should do. So use your notifications to find posts to comment on. So go through your engagement list, turn on notifications for everyone in your engagement list. Make sure the notifications are set to all, not just top posts. Then when you're commenting, make sure that you're posting for readers as well as the commenter. So add more value to the post. If someone makes a post on like 7 ways to write better content, for example, I could be in the comment section and say, here are 3 more ways to write better content. Thanks for this post. Something like that. So in that 3 more ways, I'll add more value, which then adds value to the readers of the post. And then I'll say thanks for the post to the original poster. Sometimes I'll just leave that out completely because it's irrelevant. But generally, I'll like the post, I'll add some more value, and I'll keep it moving. Another thing you can do is reply to comments which are already on the post. This gets you guaranteed views from the person who commented, but you're going to get less views overall than a comment that isn't nested in replies. So if you got the time to do it. But if you can't do it, it's not the end of the world. I personally don't do much of that. Comment on post 3 times a day. So when I wake up, I will generally comment on a few posts, or I'll just reply to comments on my posts. Then I have 2 more times throughout the day where I set alarms to comment on posts. So I comment 8 a.m., 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. In those sessions, I'm hoping to comment at least 10 times. So 30 times in a day is the goal you're aiming for. And then the last tip with leaving comments is be in the first batch of commenters. This works really well if you turn on those notifications, especially for big accounts. For example, for Stephen Bartlett and Gary Vee, I am usually one of their first commenters, depending if I'm spending all day on the platform or if I'm busy doing other stuff. So when they post something within like 30 minutes or within an hour, I'll be on there and I'll be commenting and whatnot, and that will get me a bunch of more impressions, as well as people liking the comment, replying to the comment, and that sort of stuff. The earlier that you can get in there with the comment, the more views you're going to get on your comment and on your profile. So keep that in mind. That's why you want to turn on notifications, and that's why you want to comment as soon as those posts go live if you can. And last but not least, step number 6 is to post good content 4 times a week. Consistently posting useful content gives people a good reason to follow you, especially when that content derives from your experiences, your data, your knowledge, your story, stuff that people can't get from ChatGPT or other creators. So the more of your personal experience that you can get into the content, the more reason people have to follow you. Now, the LinkedIn algorithm wants you posting at least 4 times a week. So any less than that, you're going to get shown to less of your audience. I read somewhere that if you post at least 4 times a week, you'll be shown to 80% of your audience. But I haven't been able to find that post again since I've seen it. So I don't know. I can't really refer back to it. But here's what to do. Help your audience get what they want. Really, before you even start posting on LinkedIn, you should create a Word document and list out all the steps your audience or your customer needs to take to go from 0, knowing nothing, to get the outcome that they want. And then all those steps in between are content pieces that you can create. Help your audience get what they want. Also, answer your audience's questions. When you've got questions on your content, answer those in content. Note those down. When you're working with clients and customers and they've got questions, write those down. That's a content idea. If one person asked it, at least 1,000 other people are thinking it. Third tip is share proof of your expertise. Show what you've done, show evidence of what you've done, show proof of what you've done for clients and customers, show proof of what you've done for yourself, show case studies, show testimonials, share stories, share your own data, share anything that proves that you know what you're talking about. Last tip for this step is to use proven templates. Using proven templates just makes the whole process easier, because if you start writing LinkedIn posts without using proven templates, without modeling what already works, then it's just going to take you longer and longer to grow. It's going to take you longer to figure out what works, longer to actually write for the platform. That's why I created my lead generating LinkedIn post templates. There is a link in the description down below. With this, you'll get a bunch of LinkedIn templates. So this is one of my list templates, so it's an authority template. Lists are great on LinkedIn. So if you've got a list of tools, a list of tips, a list of ways to do something, a list post works really, really well. And I've got templates for all other types of posts. For example, story post. If you want to tell a story, this is an easy way to tell a story. And the thing with these templates is you start with using templates, and that will help you understand how to write for LinkedIn and how to write better LinkedIn posts. And then the more you use those templates, the more you internalize how to write LinkedIn posts. And then you don't need to use templates anymore. Like, that is the point of them. You start by doing what works, you hone in, and then you know what works off the top of your head, and then you can adapt and evolve. So the most important thing to attract followers and get your first 1,000 followers on LinkedIn is having a good offer, having an optimized profile, because good content and comments get people to your profile, but people won't follow you unless your profile gives them a good reason to stick around. Treat your profile like a landing page and you'll convert more viewers into followers. To recap, these are the 6 steps you need to take to get your first 1,000 followers on LinkedIn. Number 1, create a good offer. Number 2, optimize your profile. Number 3, create an engagement list. Number 4, add 15 connections daily. Number 5, leave 30 comments daily. Number 6, post good content 4 times a week. If you've got any questions or any other tutorials you want me to make, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you in the next video.